Like darkness?
Welcome back, everyone. As you can see, we are still here playing some more Dark Souls 3. So, like I said at the end of the last episode, we're going to head back to Firelink and we are going to purchase the new, or I should say old, tower key that we need to have. Look at that, that'll be something we'll be using later on. With the way that I'm going to build Tharja, early on we're basically going to just focus on health and raw damage, while later focusing on magic. So, I guess like the comparison would be, try imagining building Tharja as like a knight right away, and then focusing on her doing magic. Yes, I know it's dumb, but it is somewhat necessary. Anyways, talk to the Shrine Handmaiden. So, you can give her Undead Ash and give her the Mortician's Ashes. This, like I said in the last episode, gives you the ability to buy more items.
Gracious, passing fine ash thou'st given. Let this ash bestow nourishment. I only hope these new wares content thee.
And you can always tell when you get new items because she will always have more embers to sell you. And she'll also give you this key. You really don't even need this key. Well, let me rephrase that. You can use it, but it's also kind of unnecessary because you can use another way by getting another item. But first, let's purchase this, the tower key, for 20,000 souls. And she also has charcoal pine resin now being purchasable permanently along with the bundles. Human pine resin, as dark as it is actually just like the darkness that's supposed to be within human beings and all that crap. Normally used in the Undead Settlement for preservation and burials, but can mature into this state, becoming a valuable substance used at certain ceremonies, often seen for trade at exorbitant prices. Yeah, it applies darkness to your weapon, which is actually one of the more powerful elements because it's not a normal buff you can get within the game. You can only actually get Dark Blade, which is actually something I might throw on Tharja for something, you'll see. You can only do this by following like the quote-unquote evil pathway for the sequel ending. But anyways, as you also remember, Grey Rat is now here helping us. As I forgot to show him off last time, but here we can talk to him now.
Oh, hello, you're back. And in one piece. Well, now it's time I do my part. Whatever trinket you need, speak up. Just don't ask me where I got them.
So yeah, now you can purchase different items for Grey Rat, who will be another little case of someone helping you out and being another merchant. So you can buy certain items for him, being a long straight sword, a bastard sword, a mace, so on and so forth. You can also buy leather armor for him, but we won't focus on that right now because honestly he doesn't have anything I want. But we will give him Loretta's Bone. Remember that item we got from the beginning of the area in the Undead Settlement. Give him the bone, and you'll get this cutscene.
heavens. She was already dead. Thank you. I'm not surprised, though. Almost a relief, really. You can keep the ring as, well, a little trinket of thanks, I suppose.
Okay, so...
Goodbye, and stay safe. Oh, this place is a bore. What good is thievery if you've nowhere to go?
Well, funny little thing is that we will also come back to see Grey Rat doing something a little bit different next time. However, if you go over here, as you also remember near the beginning of the area in the Undead Settlement, we found Yul.
Oh, our champion of Ash, welcome home. This pilgrim, with a debt in death, hardly deserves to behold this divine flame. And I never would have, had you not taken me into your service. I thank you dearly for this, and assure you of my leal service.
Here's an interesting thing. If you draw out your true strength, this will allow you the ability to get one of the miracles later on that allows you to apply a darkness buff purely out of your own spite, which it sounds like something Tharja would do. Here's the thing. Different types of elemental magic are classed into different areas within this game. There really isn't any wind magic. There's weapons that use the wind-based element, but they're not really, wind. Like spells. However, fire's tied to pyromancy, obviously. Sorcery, I guess, is the closest equivalent you could get to, typical magic. Which would be something like, I guess like the Book of Naga, really, in Fire Emblem Awakening. And you have miracles, which are lightning-based, which is something Tharja can do. And buffs usually apply to each of these different schools. Magic weapon applies to sorceries, fire weapon applies to pyromancy, and dark weapon and lightning weapon apply to miracles. So, I'm actually going to do this purely only to get a miracle later on, though.
Then shall we begin? Bearer of the dark sign, let your true strength shine.
Now, this is shown as a level up, but it doesn't require souls. What it does require you to do, though, is die a whole bunch. So we're just going to give ourselves some more health, because more health is always good. And here you can purchase a few different items from him. I.e. the soul weapons that, or some of the magic, like the magic weapon, soul great sword, heavy soul arrow, and magic shield. Which is not something we'll need right now.
Champion of Ash.
So, by drawing out your true strength, you will actually begin this little thing called hollowing. This requires you to die a lot. So, one way you can do this is by going up to, let's say, this ledge over here. But we won't do that right away. First, we'll go to this. This is the Great Tree. A seed of a giant tree is yet to fall. This will spawn seeds of a giant that will allow you to, if you are ever invaded, this will allow you to use items to make all the enemies in the surrounding area attack the invader. Which really only works, again, if you have PvP. Anyways, go up here, solve a deserted corpse. Nothing will be here, but it'll probably be here like on a New Game Plus playthrough, one of them. Use the tower key, you can go up here. And by running all the way up this tower, and also by doing this, we're actually going to fall off right here. This gives us a tiny little area. Yeah, it takes some of the health, but it doesn't really matter. I'm going to kick this ladder down so that way we don't ever have to climb all the way up. But really what you want to do is you want to fall down here again, grab this homeward bone, and you want to run all the way around the front of Firelink Shrine in order to get into this new... I passed it. What the hell? You want to run around to this part of Firelink Shrine, and then you get this giant area. What you want to do is you want to walk up here. Now, if you also remember Dark Souls 1, there was this giant crow bird ally that I believe also helps you upgrade your weapons. You can drop certain items here, and this character who has been dubbed Pumparum, who I'll probably put a fan art picture here, because you never see this character in game ever. I'll do like a fan art picture because, like I said, there's no in-game pictures for her. Aww. But if you drop a certain item here, it could be almost anything, or some weird one. Say you leave like one of these, like a item. She'll actually trade you items. You get a Titanite chunk for a black firebomb, and I believe if you drop a homeward bone, we'll leave one, she gives you something else. You get a Jester, call over, and you also get iron bracelets. The funny thing is, if you grab all the specific items for what you need to drop for Pickle Pea and Pumparum, you can actually build a Slayer cosplay. Because she's the only way I believe you can get all the items, with the exception of like the Astora sword. Yeah, I believe that's it. But anyways, you can break that invisible wall. Yes, don't question why there's an invisible wall here in Firelink. And you can drop down here. Dropping down here can give you the best early game item you could possibly have. This is the Cavestus Silver Serpent Ring. This allows you to gain more souls. Ah, crap. That was on my side. It gives you more souls per death for any enemy you fight. So, by doing so, you can unlock more. You can get more souls, thus level up more and all that. Anyways, you can talk to this man who wasn't here before but is here now.
Unkindled, are we? And fast on the trail of the Lords absconded? Then these red eyes are for you. Use them to pillage embers and briefly heighten your strength for your duty. What else are unkindled ashes good for?
Anyways, by listening to this man whose name is Leonard, who is not Leonard Church, he gives you some red eye orbs and they allow you to invade. But since I'm a poor, broke college student, I don't have the ability to invade without paying money. So unfortunately they're useless to us, but we can get something later on that will allow us to do it, because there is another set of enemies that you can farm for. Anyways, we are going to show off again, like by jumping from a far enough height, you will and actually will die. Like, say, what will this do? No. But if you want, I know a guaranteed height that will kill you no matter what. The only way you're surviving it is if you have a certain item on to help you live. But jumping from this height, I'm pretty sure will kill you no matter what. And if you do it, you can actually hollow faster. Gives a point, see? Never, like I said, I'm only doing this so I can get Darkblade. Darkblade is a very good early game miracle that we can use that will be useful later on before we start infusing weapons, because honestly, infusing weapons only scales with your level. What the? Oh, there he is. Had to pop into existence. But anyways, your souls will always be like right around here. Just do this again. Or you actively have to run and jump, because doing that won't be high enough. Okay, come on. Let's go! And you do have to do this a number of times in order to get the hollowing effect to trigger. Because by drawing out your true strength, it only happens when, again, you die a certain number of times. I believe you have to draw out your strength a certain number of times before he can actively, like, you know, boost your effect. Let's see. As you can see, we're now actively hollowing. You will, and even though it's low, what you want to do is that eventually you want to get it to 99, but we are actively not going to do that right away. So I'm actively going to look this up, like how many times do you need to die in order to draw true strength. You get this character to appear. So I know we're just kind of like doing this and it's like, oh, not action based at all, because all we're doing, what I'm doing is, again, just going to lead to something further. Here's the thing. Alright, you need to have your strength drawn out 5 times. Okay, so we are starting to hollow more. I know I'm not talking as much, but we'll do this one more time and see if we can get a level up, and then we will go on and face that giant tree. Like I said, yes, I'm dying, and it's by my own hand. Do. Okay, in order to get him to draw your strength fully, you need to have hollowing at 15. Which does require you, again, to die a certain number of times. So, we're just going to draw our true strength, then we're going to go challenge one boss for this episode, and that'll be it. Next time you see me, I will actively, like, you know, I will have done all the deaths off screen, just by, you know, falling off here. So, the next levels to get them at are, I believe, you have 0 for the first requirement, 5 for the second, 6, 12, then 15. I'll put a link to it on how to get it, but talk to Yul.
I would
Draw true strength, and we're just going to get health right now.
be safe.
And then, here's the thing. Once we get Darkblade, I will abandon this quest line. Once by dying, you start a new quest line. But right now, I will just focus on fighting the enemies that we have come in hand. So, oh wait. But as you also remember, near the end of the last episode, we got Undead Bone Shard. These allow you to kindle the flame in Firelink and allow you to heal more every single time you die. I will also show off what happens next time because we're actually, you know what, screw it. I didn't show this off because I was busy concerning myself with the other things, but if you actually go back to the tower and wait for these stupid fog walls to disappear, because these fog walls only appear because you reset the area and they're loading the entirety of the world behind them, so that's why they usually take so long. But you could go through here and you actively will need to come up here to the top part of the tower, and by coming up here near the top part of the tower, you'll see that the gate's already open. First, we're actually going to climb up, or not climb, we're going to have this appear. And by appear, I mean we're just going to ride this ancient elevator. You gotta walk up all this tower, and then you're going to get this. This is the Firekeeper's Soul. This will allow us to later abandon the quest line, which is what we're going to do. Because all I want is one weapon. Well, one weapon and one miracle, but we're going to give it to someone later. So, there's two ways to actively get down here. There's this way and that way. So, as you can see, there's a tiny little platform that way, so we'll try that. But if I don't get it on like 3 tries, then I'll just skip to when I actually get it. Okay, so I was wrong. You don't actively want to aim for the white spot there. What you want to aim for is the tiny spot next to the white spot, which is annoying to say the least, but hey, it's something you gotta do. Okay, tick, 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 tick. Okay, so what hollowing are we at? 6? 7. So we actually can level up again. Here's the thing about hollowing. If you know anything about Dark Souls, if you hollow, it's basically you are going insane, losing your purpose, yada yada yada. If you hollow, technically in Dark Souls, you can never go back unless you either have an Ember or you heal the dark side. The reason why it's different for this is because we're Unkindled Ash and not actually undead. Undead are the ones I believe that have trouble coming back from hollowing. Whereas Unkindled Ash, all they have to really do is talk to their Firekeeper, and they're almost completely good as long as they have the souls for it. Again, I'm not entirely sure. I have not played Dark Souls 1. Okay, so here's our souls. So what you want to do is, again, you want to aim for that tiny little spot, so about where our souls were last time. And nope, yep, I died. Again, one more try. If I don't get it in the next try, I won't show it off. Like, I'll grab it because this is technically closer to the cosplay that we need because of the way that the item kind of looks. It's closer. And I say that all loosely. We are what? 8? No, 9 actually. If we die one more time or if I don't get it in the next few tries. Oh boy. And here's the thing, you have to always wait for this stupid fog gate to go away. I don't know why. But I guess while we're here, I guess I should also explain this. If you get the hollowing effect, your character will actively get more and more ugly, looking more and more like the hollows you see wandering the land of this game. There is an item to get rid of it, and there's something to reverse it, like I said. And here's the thing, from what I'm doing other than dying, using people to get what she wants is not outside of Tharja's character at all. Okay, so we're going to try this one more time. Dodge roll this time. And nope, crap. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to do this off screen. Okay, so I'll see what hollowing level we're at. I'll level up one more time, and then I'll do it off screen, and maybe I'll put a little montage of me dying every single time I'm trying this. It's sort of like... Okay, so next time you see me, I will actively have the item, or I'll be at the spot where I have the item. So, I will see you all. Yes. So you saw a little montage of me dying a whole bunch trying to get this stupid thing. But let's pillage this terrain, Firekeeper robe, gloves, and skirt. We'll only be using the robe because the skirt is not something that Tharja wears. In fact, she only wears panties, I'm pretty sure. And we get this, another really useful item in the Estus ring. Something that increases our Estus use. Well, it doesn't increase the Estus uses, but imagine it's like another +1 to our healing. But hey, we actually got to +15 because I died. Anyways, we also got the East-West shield, which I forgot to pick up at the first episode of this series. But hey, you never know. Alright, so let's sit here and what the hell am I doing? What I need to do is go over here and talk to Yol.
Oh, I would then
Draw
shall
true
we
strength. And we can do this. Level up.
Then shall we begin, bearer?
And then you have to do this 3 times. We're just going to go until our health is 15. And then bam. We are actively done with this.
Ah, you have attained ample strength. All will soon be clear, my good lord. Be safe, our lord.
And as you can see, his dialogue changed. And yeah, as you can see, Tharja ain't looking too good. So I actually put something that, covers her face. Like all the way. And as you can see, Grey Rat is actively in a different position.
Heavens, she was already dead.
And you actively can't talk to him because he'll just keep saying, heavens, she was already dead. He'll curl up. Well, you get the adjuster. Curl up. And now you can actually go over here and talk to Cornix, who was here before, and show him off.
Oh, there you are, Unkindled One. I wish to express my gratitude for trusting a lowly pyromancer and allowing me to gaze upon this majestic flame. As promised, I will impart pyromancies to you. But first, you'll need a flame of your own.
Thus, Cornix gives us the Pyromancer Flame. You will only have this when you start off as a Pyromancer, but it's not that big of a deal.
Careful you don't burn yourself with it.
Since you actively get these really early on, you can reinforce your Pyromancy Flame right now, and it goes all the way up to 10, like with any other weapon. And you can learn Pyromancies right here. You have basic Fireball, Fire Surge, which is good for invasions, and Great Combustion, which is a powerful one, but we don't really need it. We'll get Fireball right now, because that's something we need.
Along. What is a teacher without a pupil?
But now it is time for us to go challenge one of the another boss. So I'll put this on hand, and we're actually going to attune one of the spells to it. That being the Fireball we just learned. Now each spell takes up a slot, but none of them go above 2. You will always have 1 or 2, and the more attunement that you have, the more spell slots you get. So we're going to travel to the Cliff Underside because I believe it's a bit safer and faster because all you have to do is make a beeline for it, the boss, and all you have to do is really avoid any enemies coming our way. Now, if this part is particularly challenging, I do not think so. I say that, but you never know. Also need to upload something later because I have to do that, record a few more parts. Problems with playing like 5 video games at once and uploading them. What was it? Original FF7, the remake, Dark Souls, this. No, 4. I was thinking of, or 5, I don't know. Could be remember. Anyways, like I said, we're just going to make a beeline for the boss. So, we're just going to ignore that. I'm going to... Oh, I should have had Andre give us more S's. Oh well. Like I said, we're just going to make a beeline for the boss. And you want to have both fireballs and pine bundles and resins and all of that. Like I said, really nothing standing in your way between these bosses. And here we go. So, as you remember, there's this giant golf tree in the background. But you also see a tiny little tree. If you see the halls over there, it looks like they're in the praying position for this giant tree. Well, say you step into this arena, step into the Grand Tour. What you want to do, for me, is you want to buff this. You want to buff it with the charcoal pine. And then you want to start attacking the hollows indiscriminately. If you're wondering, like, Omega, why the hell are you attacking the hollows? Well, if you go up to about a point... Come on. That's a spawn. There we go! By looking at the tree, you actively get it to start, well, moving. And what you need to do is attack the Cursed Rotted Greatwood tree's giant pus balls. And here's the thing, the Greatwood tree hurts. But it only hurts because you can only attack it in certain spots. And these spots are very hard to hit, but they're also somewhat easy to deal with. Because all you really have to do is attack, again, the giant sacks everywhere. And if you have the charcoal pine resin, they break almost immediately for the smaller ones. So we're going to heal, buff our weapon again with fire. Ow. We didn't even take damage that time. Because that's how... This boss is not difficult. At all. This boss is not difficult at all. So, attack. And like, as you can see, it's like... There you go. Pop. Like a giant fucking zit. Bam. There's another sec gone. And that's pretty easy picking. Now, I believe all we have to do is wait. Because now, it's going to do this. It's going to butt slam itself. And then we're going to fall down here. And hey, you remember this area? It's the area with Tharja. So what you want to do is you want to attack all the spots again. Because now there will be new spots that are opened up because now the wood is now no longer protecting it because it is broken. And then you want to just pop whatever zit is there, basically. Pop that. And I can't freaking see because this thing is so freaking massive. So, like I said, the boss isn't that difficult. Come on. Ah, crap. Ah, let me down. Not like that. Ah, crap. Crap. Oh, crap. Crap. Boost our set. Yeah, 100. So what we need to do is just attack the front, basically, until it pops. And there you go. The Cursed Rotted Greatwood tree is down and defeated. And you actually get something cool. You get the Soul of Greatwood, and you get a transposing kill, which we'll do something with later. You light this bonfire, and if you aren't careful and getting the Mountain Maker's Covenant, you will actually have to wait till dang near end game and complete another quest line in order to get it. So we'll pick up this item, another Homeward Bone, because that's all we get from him. And then we'll transport ourselves back to Firelink, so we're going to see if someone else is there. We'll actively know they're not there yet, I believe so, because they don't appear until a bit later on in the game. Like, not too far. I think it's like within the next 3 or 4 areas. If we actively go searching for them, but we have to come back. Because again, we're only going to this one spot. We're only doing this part of the quest line purely to get one of the spells. Heck, we didn't even have to use Fireball. Anyways, we'll go here. Up, as you can see, Yola's dead. But someone else is in his place.
Oh, prithee, art thou good Yol's master? I am Uria of Londor, a close friend of his. Thanks to thee, Yol's soul is redeemed. Allow me to express my gratitude in his stead.
And I was wrong. we got her right now, and we get a dignified bow from her.
Another matter. That a lord art thou not? Bearer of the dark sigil, and our Lord of Hollows. For the time thou remainst our Lord, we of Londor shall serve thee, and I, of course, am also thine.
So, this allows Yuria of Londor to be a new merchant for us. And bam! Londor Braille Divine Tome. This will teach us the miracles of Londor. And it's actually very, very cheap. But you also have the Untrue White Ring and the Untrue Dark Ring. These will do certain appearances in evasion, but we'll buy the Untrue Dark Ring, and we don't need the Untrue White Ring because it is currently useless to us now. But I will buy the spells because we're going to need those later.
Till we meet again.
And for right now,
may the dark sigil guide thee.
For right now, Yuria is not a complete true ally. She's only with us for the tiniest of bit. But you can go talk to Grey Rat right here, and he's somewhat back to normal.
Ah, there you are. I was thinking. You know I'm a petty thief. Well, perhaps I'll go on the prowl. Everyone's dead or hollowed away anyway, right? So I might as well fetch some weapons or treasure for you. Well, what do you say?
This will allow Grey Rat to go out and plunder. Now, you could send him to plunder and pillage, but you will need to do something in order to make him survive later on if you do not do something right. But for right now, we will send him to pillage because there is no consequence to it.
Thank you. You will not be disappointed. Grey Rat the Thief was once a well-known name. Until I ended up rotting in a cell.
So with that, he'll still have the same items, but we are actually going to just leave him for right now.
I will leave for some time. So long for now. Do stay safe, you hear? Or my efforts will have been for naught.
Despite the little laugh, you will have to go out and do that. But you can go up here and talk to Andre, because we're going to have him reinforce our items once again. Or in this case, an Estus Flask. So now we increased it from 5 to 6 to 7. And sooner than later, we're actively going to have to do something like this. Now, you know how I said Tharja was starting to look like beef jerky, not looking at something appearance? But if we give her the Untrue Dark Ring, bam! Tharja's back to normal. Again, we'll do something right now, but it will require us to give the Firekeeper something later on. So what we're actively going to do now is we're going to talk to Ludwig. Oh, crap. Talk to Ludwig right now.
My feet are here firmly planted, for I am a lord, and this is my throne.
And if you talk to him beforehand, he will actively give you some new dialogue, kind of like this.
Listen, this might pique thine interest. Before I was a lord of Cinder, I was a student of transposition, the process of extracting and coalescing the essence of a soul. A forbidden art that once left a foul stain upon Corlin's honor. 'Tis an art that grants powers once thought unattainable. Most transposing kilns were lost with Corland, but this place is a crossing for all manner of cursed objects. If thou happenest upon a transposing kiln, bring it to me, quick.
So this gives you the option, I have something in my mouth, to give him the transposing kill, which you can only get by defeating the Cursed Rotted Greatwood tree. So give it to him, and if you give him the transposing kill,
Belike it is a transposing kiln in thy possession. Seen better days, but methinks it shall suffice. Now, Bring to me a twisted soul. Transposition is the art of extracting and coalescing the essence of a soul. In transposing a twisted soul, its true power transferreth to thee. Thy purpose is to seek lords and slay them. What's to fear in a little transposition now?
Now, like Ludlith said, you can begin transposition. This allows you to transform boss souls into specific items as either weapons, spells, or in the case of rings. So for us, these really have no purpose on a Tharja build, because the only thing that would really quote unquote be good for her would be kind of like the R-Store Spear, which, well, defeating foes restores HPs, which is kind of something sick and twisted that Tharja would do, is taking someone's life force and applying it to her own, i.e. Nosferatu or a Versus Knight in Fire Emblem Awakening. But it's also kind of sick and twisted, as you know. So, you can only do it once per item, once per playthrough. So, if you want to get all the boss items and all the boss weapons, you're going to have to get them on the next playthrough. So, what we're actually going to do, we're going to use the Soul of Cursed Rotted Greatwood to get our Store Spear, because it is something we will get to use later on, technically, kind of, sort of, because of the way I'm going to allocate stats. And we're going to use the Soul of Boreal Valley of Vort to get Pontiff's left eye. Who is Pontiff? You'll see later. So we'll get that, instead of consuming it for more souls, because in my opinion it's not all that necessary right now. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that'll be it for this episode. Quite a long one, to be sure, but it is something worthy, because now we're on our way to getting the cosplay just right, because now we can put on the Firekeeper robe. Yes, it's not the closest thing in the universe, but it is somewhat close, and thus we'll be having it on for the next time. So with that, everyone, my name is Omega Zero, and I will catch you all later.
Like darkness.